Hello friends, how are you? How is everyone watching a very successful stories? And out of those success stories that we are having, we have with us Dhananjay Kumar. He's from Patna and he's one among the few students and experts who have achieved a scholarship from the Chevening. Under this scholarship, he's studying in abroad in the King's College at London and is very successfully engaged into studies of public policy. Recently, he has also got a placement in OECD countries, OECD Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development in Paris. That's a very important thing. His journey starting from UPSC, starting from Bihar region, reaching to London and various other things, achieving different success. So Dhananjay Kumar would be sharing his success story with us that would be basically seen as a learning experience by all of us. This is a story which would be shared by him, the success story, basically in such a way that he is guiding light to various students who are trying to go abroad, who are trying to settle abroad, not only settle abroad, but also in a good way that they are earning a prestige, not only money over there. So, friends, let's welcome Dhananjay Kumar, and he would be sharing his experience with us. Thank you, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Lakshman, for such a wonderful introduction and saying good things about me. Thank you so much. So let me start with my introduction. First of all, I want to thank Lakshman, thank Maluka IS for giving me this platform to share my experience with all of you. My name is Dhananjay Kumar and I did my schooling from Child Military School, Simla. Then I did my industrial and production engineering from Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. After that, I worked in Tata Consultancy Services, Paradigm Leather Accessories, and Jyoti Youth Foundation. While I was working in NGO, I was also giving UPSC examination. I had gone through many prelims, mains, and interviews. Finally, in 2019, while I was working for NGO, I was awarded Tuning Scholarship by the British government. And presently, I'm pursuing Masters in Public Policy from King's College London as a Tuning Scholar.
That's great. Dhananjay, I just want to ask one thing that will be very useful for the student is that it is often being considered that going for a postgraduate degree or undergraduate degree, basically from abroad, can be a costly affair.
Mhm.
What are the other and some of the scholarships that you may be telling so that it can be helpful for the student? Basically, those
Yeah,
students who are trying to study abroad from one of the top universities as you have studied. What are the opportunities that are available to them?
this is a very important question. Students often struggle to arrange funding in order to secure and support their studies from foreign university. Also, lack of awareness about available funding options add further to this problem. You will amazed to know that there are more than 15 fully funded scholarships and more than 100 of financial aid. I will say every university provides financial aid to their students. But in India, most of the people, most of the students are not aware about this fully funded scholarship or about this financial aid. There are fully funded scholarships such as Rhodes Scholarship, Chevening Scholarship, Commonwealth Scholarship, Fulbright Scholarships, and many more. Here, I want to clear one thing. What is the meaning of fully funded scholarship? It means that that scholarship will take care of your visa fee, your flight, your university fee, and they will pay your stipend to take care of your accommodation and your personal expenses in that particular country. It means you don't have to pay a single rupee and you will get a foreign degree with the help of this kind of scholars.
That's great. That's great. देखो, moving from UPSC, working in NGO, going abroad, making your name is worth considering. Firstly, secondly, so it's another opportunity. Basically, the students are there. बहुत students होते हैं जो ऐसा पढ़ते बहुत हैं. Basically, UPSC वालों को तो पढ़ने की बहुत ज़्यादा आदत पड़ी हो. But at times, what happens is most of the students they are unaware कि by chance UPSC नहीं हुआ. And financial background भी अगर by chance अच्छा नहीं है, then what are the opportunities? The person is hardworking but still unaware of the opportunities. So then, Dhananjay, I would like to ask you one thing. Becoming a Chevening scholar and pursuing a master's degree in public policy, basically from Kingsford College at London, that I would say that's a dream for many people. कि वहाँ के बारे में सोचना भी बहुत बड़ी बात है. Would you please like to share what would be your experience? What was your experience of applying and then becoming a Chevening scholar as well obtaining the admission at King's College?
Yes. Before answering this question, I would like to answer this question first, that why I went for a degree in the foreign university. Let us understand this. After my graduation and having worked in the corporate field, I realized that I would like to work for the development of the society. My intention to take the civil service examination came from this objective of serving society and its people. While preparing for civil service examination, I was simultaneously working for the NGO sector and myself involved in various leading projects in education, water, and sanitation. Also, while working with communities, I realized that not only one way of serving the society, not by becoming only civil servant, but by there are so many other ways to serve the society. Like you are being teacher, you are also serving the society. And also while working with rural communities, I realized that there is a huge disconnect between policy making and policy implementation. So when I did not make into the civil service examination, I went for a specialized course in public policy to develop my expertise. Therefore, I chose King's College London to pursue my master's in public policy as a Chevening scholar. Now, question comes that, sorry, I forgot the question you
Question
asked
was
me.
regarding sharing of your experience at obtaining the scholarship at Chevening and then pursuing the graduation, pursuing the master's.
Okay, so my experience as a Chevening scholar was great in UK. Why I'm saying this? Because it gave me it was a dream come true to pursue my masters in UK. Why I'm saying this, that it was a dream come true? Let us understand. First, that King's College London is in the heart of central London. On one side, you will see London Bridge. On another side, you will see London Eye. Trafalgar Square is 2 minutes away from the university. All the famous museums are just 5 to 10 minute walking distance from my college. So London is one of the most culturally rich and vibrant cities in the world. It gave me exposure. Whatever I studied in geography in UPSC, I got the opportunity to see through my eyes. I saw English Channel, I saw many museums, I saw many famous places which I read in the UPSC examination. Second, that it gave me exposure and connected me with 1,500 young leaders from 142 countries from different walks of life. The opportunity to discuss, debate with fellow scholars and learning the best practices in their country and to bring those best practices in India, it helped me in learning those best practices. I will just say a few things that when I went there, and after just 1 month, I got the opportunity to meet 4 Nobel laureates, from Mr. Amartya Sen to Joseph Stiglitz. When I was in India, I always wanted to meet Mr. Raghuram Rajan, but I never got the opportunity to meet him. But in the very first month, Mr. Raghuram Rajan and Sam Pitroda came to my college, and even Hillary Clinton came to my college, and I got the opportunity to meet, to discuss, and share my experience. So overall experience of studying public policy at KCL, the opportunity to live in the vibrant city of London and becoming a part of wonderful chevening community has simply been outstanding.
That's great, Dhananjay. That's great. It's very awesome to even hear about that and the experience. I could analyze that it would have definitely have been great. Friends, just to share my experience when I was there in Pune doing master's program in governance, we got an opportunity to meet n number of people from political class, from educational class, from NGOs, the governors, or for example, even the ministers who were there. Their lifetime experience, they try to share within a short span of time. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि किसी की कोई बात सुनी हुई पता नहीं जिंदगी में कब काम आ जाए. And same
Definitely.
is that true. Same is true
Yeah.
for whatever you are reading. For example, when he was preparing for UPSC, तो UPSC में geography वहां जाके देखने को मिल गई. An opportunity. So if you are able and dedicated to your task, definitely, if today, if not today, then tomorrow, definitely you will be in a position to achieve your targets also. The only thing that is required is commitment. And same is also the case applicable even for the students who are preparing for UPSC or for any other career options also. So coming and
Exactly.
continuing upon your experience, I would like to ask you a very small question. And before we ask a small question, there are many students who are joining us. A very good evening to everyone. For those students who have joined late for this discussion class, I would like to introduce once upon Mr. Dhananjay Kumar. He's an
Thank
aspirant of
you.
UPSC. He prepared for UPSC, cleared prelims, mains, given interviews, etc. After that, he became one of the scholars, or for example, achievers of the Chevening scholarship that was there. That scholarship provides an opportunity to the students across the world. Approximately 1,500 students from more than 100 plus countries. सिर्फ 1500 बच्चे ही होते हैं जो those who are fortunate enough to get that scholarship every year. And Mr. Dhananjay Kumar is one among them. So moving from UPSC, and there's another career opportunity that is also valuable. And it's a scholarship that is 100% being funded by the government. आपका एक पैसा नहीं लगेगा. Even from your staying to fly to everything over there, it's a government funded program. So even for those students who may or may not be coming from a good or an average background, it's an opportunity for them to represent not only of their nation, but also in the regard that they're able to do something good, not only for themselves, but for the country as a whole. So moving upon that, let me ask another question from Mr. Dhananjay. So after pursuing a public policy and becoming a public policy graduate from King's College, what, according to you, are the career opportunities that are available in India as well as in London, or for example, any other part of the world?
Uh, it's a very good question. We need to understand first public policy. It is a very specialized and fairly developed field in Western countries, but it is quite developing in India, because in India, mostly public policy is restricted to bureaucrats, civil servant, but slowly many think tanks, many international NGOs, many other NGOs are coming up, and this policy, this public policy discipline is quite developing in India. For younger students, a lot of opportunities are opening up at the intersection of law and policy. There are two kinds of, broadly, there are two different kinds of opportunity. First, in professional side, where you can work in multi MNCs, multinational companies, as a policy analyst, because recently we have seen that most of the big companies hire a policy officer. So you can work in Walmart, you can work in Facebook, Amazon, and many other organizations as a policy officer. Now, uh, the best thing about this course that you can work in the developmental sector, you can work in the United Nations, you can work in the World Bank, you can work in the OECD, you can work in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Even in India, you can work in many think tanks, Niti Aayog, Central Square Foundation, and even in academics. So there are a lot of opportunities in both professional and developmental sector.
Okay, that's great. Some of the questions are also coming up. Friends, those who are joining, we will definitely be taking up all the questions which are there. So let me ask one of the question to Mr. Dhananjay. Another question that is there. Not only that you are able to get the Chevening scholarship, but the latest feather in your cap is basically that you are a co-founder of Foreign Grad, a global education consultancy. Can you please put more light on this new venture that has been started by you?
Yes, definitely. But before that, I want to tell something about tuning scholarship, because most of the students want to know what is this scholarship, what is the process, what is the requirement. And I think this question will help them most to understand what we are talking about. Then I think I will come on this foreign grad, then the students will be able to understand our context. So, Chevening Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship provided by British Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Every year, 1,500 scholarship is given to 142 countries. Out of that, 50 to 55 students get this scholarship in India. So every year, 50 to 55 students from India are selected. Now, let us understand who are eligible for this scholarship.
Yes.
Anyone who has a graduate degree and 2 years of work experience. I'm once again repeating, anyone who has a graduate degree and 2 years of work experience. Now, let us understand when I say 2 years of work experience. 2 years of work experience here means 2,800 hours of work, and that may be voluntary work, fully paid work, unpaid work, or that work experience can be from your university, that is in your graduation. It means it is not necessarily that after graduation you have to work for 2 years, but even if you have worked voluntarily for 2 years, just after graduation you can apply if that voluntary work or any other work constitutes 2,800 hours of work. So now we are clear here. Also, I want to add one more point, that graduation in any course can apply for this scholarship, and that's make this scholarship very competitive. Now, after understanding the eligibility criteria, we'll understand what it constitutes, what it gives. So, as I already stated, that tuning scholarship take care of everything. It will provide you a visa fee, your flight, your university fee, and every month almost 1,400 pound. That's approximately 120,000 rupees in India. So every month you get this much money to take care of your accommodation and your personal expenses. After that, let us understand what is the process of application. It is a two-stage application. It is a two-stage process. In first step, you have to fill the application form where you need to answer 4 questions of 500 words each. One question is related to your leadership skill. Another is about networking skills. Third question asks, why do you want to study in UK? And fourth question is about career goals. So when you write all these 4 questions, the deadline, generally the deadline is 5th November every year. And once you are qualified in first round, British High Commission invite you for an interview in British High Commission. There you will be interviewed, and after that, a cumulative score are calculated, and then they will offer you a scholarship. So this is the complete process, requirement, eligibility criteria about tuning scholarship. Now, coming to the foreign grad, when I was applying for various universities in UK and other part of the world, uh, I had no awareness about requirement, criteria, about various scholarship. And the internet is such a platform where all information are there, but still you never get a very specific information. You always face problem in finding the right information on the internet. And there I faced, there I thought that if there will be some consultancy, there will be some expert who can educate people about various scholarship, about the process, it will help a lot to various students. Considering this, when I was in UK, one of my friend Saswat Jain, who is co-founded this, and he is also the first president of King's College London, is with me. We founded this organization to aware Indian students about various scholarships, about the process, and more importantly, we want to give individualized attention. Because another problem of normal consultancy in India is that they treat every student as a general student. They treat everyone as same, but we all know that every student is different. Every student is unique. Therefore, our team who has a very great experience of being scholars and having degree in various world-class institutions, take care of individualized attention, take care of them personally, and help them in getting scholarship, financial aid, and help in securing admission in one of the top most universities of the world.
That's great. So friends, I would like to say one thing, that Punjabis, they do not know about these scholarship. Had these people been knowing about the scholarship, it is only the Punjabis who would have been going. Because out of the craze that these people, the Punjabis, they have to go abroad. The problem that is there with the majority of the students who we come across is that one thing that is there in their mind कि कनाडा में जाना है, यूएस में जाना है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जाना है और वहां पे जाके कुछ हमें लेबर करनी है, वहां पे काम करना है. Friends, if you are very well qualified, you are definitely be at a very good place, and at a place where you would not only be having and earning money, but also in the context that the prestige of your family will be much higher. Definitely you should be trying, everyone should be trying, those who get an opportunity to get the scholarship, definitely you should be trying at it. But along with this, make your fundamentals, make your education, make your experience very strong in the context that you are able, make one thing very clear in your mind, you are representing not only yourself but your country behind you. Exactly. So therefore, whatever you are speaking are being taken as the words that are being spoken by an Indian. तो हमेशा जब भी ऐसे कुछ आप सोच रहे हैं तो think from the perspective of India. The second thing, definitely those students who are willing to go abroad, want to have an alternative career, many questions are also coming. We'll be dealing with those questions also.
Yeah.
So firstly, it is a very good opportunity that Dhananjay sir is over here. His consultancy firm is there, Global Education Consulting, foreign grad. Definitely you can get in touch with him. एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है आपके पास, सबके पास. यूपीएससी इज योर फर्स्ट लव, आई टोटली एग्री. It may be some for some, it may not be for some, but definitely it's an opportunity even for those students who are willing to go abroad, settle abroad, and be placed in organizations of international repute. For example, World Bank ho gaya, for example, where Dhananjay is being placed over OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. That's superb. That's an achievement that has been there. So, friends, before we move forward, I would like to ask one more question.
Here, I just want to make clear that I was just get one internship opportunity. I was not really pleased right now, but it was an internship opportunity.
that's even that internship opportunity definitely, as I've heard that it gets it's converted into a somewhat of a placement type. So that may be an opportunity that will be definitely be used. But ek baat to sure hai, if not in OECD, not in World Bank, definitely you would be placed at a certain good place. Even coming back to India, for example, Niti Aayog, or for example, some other place, where in the case that only 50 students are getting selected every year, इससे ज्यादा तो हर साल हम आईएएस बना देते हैं, मतलब आईएएस से कहीं ऊपर हो गए ना. IS 900 plus people are there. There are 50. Definitely policy making. Therefore, it becomes very, very important. So my next question is, so what is the criteria that the prospective applicants who are there, they should adopt while selecting the courses and also shortlisting the foreign universities for pursuing higher education?
I think I will say only three things. Uh, like I will suggest that three things one candidate must have. First is your level of interest, how much passionate you are. That will help you in choosing the course. And so when you will be able to choose the course, you will be able to understand on which university you want to go. Second is a reputation of the faculty and the university. You need to see that what is the ranking of that particular university in QS ranking. Who are those faculties? Who are those researchers, professors in that particular course and in that particular university? And third is employment opportunities associated with that particular course. You need to understand that at the end of the day, you want a job. So if that particular course is not giving you a lot of employment opportunities, then I think you need to consider your decision. You need to do more research and always aim high, always go for the best universities in the world. Don't compromise with the university, because again in India the consultant has this problem that they dump you in any university in the world, and from here you think you are going to UK or you're going to US, but that university will not help you in getting the employment opportunity or the exposure which you are looking for. Therefore, please be particular about choosing university and the course.
That's a very, very important and a valid point that we have to be very particular. And whenever you are choosing, choose the top university.
Yes.
For example, Abdul Kalam साहब बोलते थे छोटा सोचना ही पाप है.
Exactly.
In that case, whenever you are choosing, whenever he was choosing, if for example UPSC, one of the highest placed jobs that is there. Other than UPSC, also again, even better than that is a public policy that is very, very important. Even IS and other people, they are working under him. And they would be definitely working under him when he would be placed at some good place. So I want to ask one more question. What are some of the qualities that an admission or a scholarship committee, they will be looking for a prospect applicant? For example, anyone who is applying. So what are the qualities they would be looking here? This is the right person and a worthy person that should be given the scholarship.
I think there are mainly five things which they look in your application. First is your always excellent academic record. So the first criteria to select or reject is your academic record. So in most of the universities, they always want more than 60% of your score or in top 5% of your class. So academic record helps you in getting admission. Second is your extracurricular activities. Third is evidence of contribution to the society. And fourth is ability to communicate in proper written and spoken English. Last is well-rounded profile. But among all these, I will say your story. What is your story? What you want to communicate? Why you want to choose that course, or why you are looking for this opportunity for this scholarship? Why you are fit for this scholarship? If you will be able to answer these three major important questions: that why this course, why this university, and why this scholarship, why you deserve to get this scholarship. These questions looks very simple and easy, but let me tell you, these questions are psychological questions and they are very hard. I took almost 4.5 months to write these four questions of evening and one question of my university statement of purpose. It takes lot of time, it takes lot of thinking, because every word matter in your application. Therefore, my friends, don't consider it as a normal question, but think, plan, and prepare. And more importantly, apply as soon as possible, because many university the admissions are on rolling basis. So you have to apply as soon as possible. You have to apply early.
That's good information that has been shared. It's why do you want to achieve is one thing. Very सुनने में बड़ा आसान लगता है, अरे मैं तो कर दूंगा, लेकिन इक्वली डिफिकल्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल आप यूपीएससी इंटरव्यू में पूछ ले कि आईएएस क्यों बनना चाहते हो, and it's a very difficult question to answer. सुनने में बड़ा आसान है, it's very difficult question to answer that is there. Firstly, second thing, कई बार क्या होता है कि हम किसी और का आंसर लिखने की या और का आंसर बोलने की कोशिश करते हैं. I would like to share an experience. For example, there was a student, इससे last year जब interviews चल रहे थे, he also went to different places at different, for example, so-called branded places जहाँ पे interview की coaching होती है. तो उन्होंने कुछ उनको आंसर सिखा दिया, वही आंसर उन्होंने यूपीएससी में जाके बोल दिया. यूपीएससी वाला जब बोलता कि ये क्यों करना चाहते हो, he gave the same answer which was taught to him by those branded institutes. To the amazement of everyone, यूपीएससी वाले बोलते, अरे वो तो उसका आंसर है, तू अपना आंसर बता. What a shocker for him. तो सर आप बताओ जी क्या करता मैं. It's very some questions are very simple but where they are very difficult to answer. For example, जैसे कोई डॉक्टर है, आप आईएएस क्यों बनना चाहते हो, पहले गवर्नमेंट ने आपको इतनी सब्सिडी दी है, एडिंग देयर. इट्स सो फ्रेंड्स, यू शुड बी वेरी क्लियर. कंसेप्ट क्या निकल के आता है, यू शुड बी वेरी क्लियर इन योर हार्ट एंड माइंड कि मैं क्यों करना चाह रहा हूँ. और जब आपकी बात आपके दिल से आ रही होती है, कंपैरेटिवली द सेकंड पर्सन इज वेरी मच कन्विंस्ड कि हाँ ये सच बोल रहा है. Some questions are coming from the students. One of the question that is there, those people who are watching, some maybe students are maybe willing to go abroad, etc. So one of the question that is being asked from Gaurav Garg is, what are your views on learning opportunities abroad? Basically the consideration of the post-COVID pandemic के बाद, अब COVID-19 के बाद, what are the opportunities that are there? How the scenario would be changing? How the geopolitics, geoeconomics of the world would be changing?
I think, thank you, Gaurav, for asking this question. I think the question is that whether one should pursue higher education in foreign university at this point of time or not. So I will say that this is the right time to apply for foreign university. Why I'm saying, we need to understand. First, after this COVID-19, we all know that there will be job cuts, there will be very few opportunities. And if you see the world pattern, even in during recession time, you have seen that when the jobs are less in the market, people go for higher education, so that during that, so that they can use that time in the more efficient manner, get more degree, and when the bad time is over, they are ready with a new degree and have a more chances of being selected in any job. Therefore, I will suggest that in aspect of COVID-19, if you think that's the right opportunity for you, you must apply for foreign university. Second, regarding like what will be the geostrategic position, I will say it's we are diverting from the topic, but still I will say in one line, definitely there will be issues between China, US, UK, and there will be a change in order between different nations. And I'm sure there will be a different world, a more kind world after this COVID-19.
That's a good opportunity for the students. Friends,
Yeah.
एक बात हमेशा ध्यान में रखो, the solutions of the problem comes out from the problem itself. For example, the earthquake came in Bhuj, and Bhuj became one of the most important cities of Gujarat after that. It's a problem for someone, an opportunity for the other also. Those students, for example, जो इस time prelims की तैयारी कर रहे हैं for 2020, so yeah, you got a time to prepare. If pre is getting delayed, the mains will also be getting delayed. So it's an opportunity. So at a time when others are thinking कि यार बाहर जाके मेरा कुछ हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा, what would be the relations? Friends, एक बात हमेशा ध्यान में रखो. The intellectual peoples are always demanded in all the parts of the world. Wherever you go, you will be always be welcomed in different parts of the world. The movement of intellectuals was never restricted in any part of the world in any of the centuries, nor it will be restricted in the coming ages also. Another question that is there. So, what were the cultural differences between both the countries, India and London or UK? India, which India could inculcate in the field of policy making and education for the public masses, and how it can cultural differences and how India could use the experience of UK in these policy making.
I think when I went to UK, it was a different world to me. And again, my optional was psychology, and I used to read how individualistic society is different from, uh, a group society, a community-based society. And I was able to see that thing in UK, that how people are self-focused. People want to optimize their potential. They don't go on talking about others, but focus on themselves. They also, people are more disciplined. They have their civic sense. And the education, I will say education different from Indian education system. There, the education system focus on questioning, focus on discussion, deliberations, and more importantly, focus on evidence-based, research-based learning, evidence-based learning. But in India, more focus is on rote learning. Even in the civil service examination, every coaching institute say, Ratta Malu, go on rote learning, just write without thinking, like you just pointed out, who said, what said, no, just Ratta Malu. You don't know where to apply, but there is a there is a stark difference of question. And this help, when you start questioning, when you start looking for evidence, I think that is missing in Indian policy making also. I don't know why that policy has been started, why that's not implemented. Do we have enough evidence to support that policy? If not, can we do a course correction? Can we go for best practices which has already been done in another country, so that we can save a lot of resources? So my learning was, start questioning everything. Second, go for evidence. Ask evidence. Anything you are writing, ask evidence, write evidence. If you are implementing policy, if you are suggesting policy, is there enough evidence to support your policy suggestion? Or if there enough evidence to continue your policy? If it is there, continue. If not, please go for course corrects. So that was my learning in United Kingdom.
That's very important, and especially for a country like India. यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि हम पॉलिसी बाद में बनाते हैं, पहले अपनी सोच को इम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश, हाँ यार मेरे दिमाग में ये आइडिया आ गया है, करके देखते हैं, और उसके बाद चलो इसके लिए पॉलिसी बना के देखते हैं. That's a problem. There are certain policies which are certain acts which are there, that is pre-independence के पहले के एक्ट अभी तक हमारे implemented. Has the society not changed? Has the economy not changed? Has the political structure not changed? It has changed to a great extent. Therefore, whatever is good in other countries, we need to learn from there. It's very much to come to this point of time, to come to this policy. Those countries, they have spent a huge amount of time. The think tank has been working. The number of years have been consumed. हमारे लिए तो आसान है कि everything is ready. Let us mold those policies according to the circumstances that are there in India and try to implement it. Let's start with one or two policies. If they are getting success, then we can be diversified into other policy also. Another question that has come from Pravinder Singh is, so I'm very much interested in political science and international relations, PSIR. If I have to apply for this scholarship on the basis of my subject, what should I do and how can I get 2 years experience about it?
Okay. So I think first point you have to do that you have to collect information about this course and about various universities who are providing this kind of course. So first stage is to collect the information. Second is see the eligibility criteria and whether you are fulfilling that criteria or not. When you have, after that, take decision for your course and which university you want to go for. I will always suggest always go for applying application of 4 to 5 universities. When you have taken decision regarding your course and universities, then start focusing on writing statement of purpose. That's the most important document, in your application form. And after that, when your statement of purpose is done, then go for uh, uh, asking professor and other professional people to give letter of recommendation. Again, choosing who is going to give you letter of recommendation is very important. You need to take a very calculated decision considering their requirement. So I will say follow these steps and I'm sure you will get good opportunities in various universities. And if you think you need more information, you can write it to me on my email ID. I will provide my email ID in the last of this interview.
Thank you very much. Another question that has come up from Kemi Garg is that what is the first step one should do to apply for a Chevening scholarship? The first step क्या होना चाहिए?
I think first step is to see whether you are eligible for that interview, that scholarship or not. First, second, see that do you have enough content to support those 4 questions, and do you have enough evidence to write those 4 questions? If you have these 2 things, I am sure you will be able to apply for Chevening scholarship.
That's fine. Another question that has come up with, can a law student be eligible for this scholarship?
Yes, I said that graduate in any course. I'm saying any course from engineer to medical to doctor to BBA to BCA to anything. I'm saying you are graduate in any course, you are eligible.
The friends, any other question that any student want to ask or any other one person want to ask, we are eligible for the questions. And we have been answering, Dhananjay sir has been answering various questions that has been coming from everyone. And he has explained in a great detail. So that Dhananjay, it was a lovely chatting with you today. It was a great experience, a great success story. And we hope that many students, more students, they come at foreign grad for a consultancy. And at least they should be in a position that you are a guiding light to them. They will be looking you as an idol कि यार ये इंसान है, हमें कहीं ना कहीं अच्छी जगह पे place करने में हमारी help कर सकते हैं. So what would be your final thoughts that you would like to share with the viewers?
I will say that any prospective applicants should start early, should focus on more authentic source, plan, prepare, and submit the best possible application material in order to secure an admission at the top foreign university. So always start early, whether it is admission or scholarship. Second, always target higher ranking institutions. And lastly, I want to say that the civil service examination preparation or any other competitive examination preparation, please don't give up. Don't give up. When I was in military school, the motto of my house was fight till death. I will say fight. And in this COVID-19 crisis, I will say fight. You don't have to give up. And last one, where there is a hope, there is a life. So don't give up on hope. And ever you think that you are depressed and you have no one to support, my email ID is there, my phone number is there. You can contact me, and definitely you will find someone there for you. Lastly, I want to thank three persons who has supported me in my crisis, and I must say thank you to these three people. First is definitely my parents, my father, Sri Kausalrai, and my mother, Mahapati Devi, who has been great support. Second is my mentor, Mr. Anil Modi, CEO of Paradigm Leather Accessories, who has been great support in my crisis, and I have learned a lot from him in real life, the practical things. And third, the most important person, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Last, Sireen Moti, who has been a guiding force in my life. And thank you, Sireen, for being there with me. Thank you so much.
So please, one, can you share the email ID so that the persons can be in touch with you for your help?
Yeah, my email ID is dhananjay3166@gmail.com, or you can write to me hello@foreigngrad.com.
Okay.
Also, very soon, by tomorrow, I will upload a document uh, carrying all information about all the scholarships. So you can go on foreign grads and can see various opportunities about scholarships, financial aid. And if you have any doubt, you can always write it to me.
Thank you very much, Dhananjay Kumar. It was great talking to you, great sharing your experience. And the students and everyone out there, all the viewers would definitely be benefiting from this. And friends, any doubt, be feel free to communicate with Dhananjay sir. He will be definitely be there to help you out, definitely. And any other doubt you can ask from him, definitely he will be willing to help you out. So thank you very much, friends, for today. Thank you everyone for joining. And do refer to your other friends also who definitely are willing to go for any kind of scholarship, so that ऐसा नहीं कि यूपीएससी के बाद जिंदगी खत्म हो जाए. It's not. The opportunities are there. The opportunities are like oceans. They are waiting for you. एक दरवाजा बंद होता है तो और बहुत ज्यादा दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं, और बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि दूसरा दरवाजा बंद पड़ा वो उससे भी बड़ा ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटीज लेकर आता है. So it's a
Exactly.
success story that we have shared with you, Mr. Dhananjay Kumar. The various other peoples would be coming up. The advocates from the Supreme Court, one of the top lawyers of the Supreme Court would be the next person. He would be coming and putting a guidelines to the students. And then another person from there, from a High Court of Chandigarh, he would be coming to discuss his experience and share his success stories. And then on Monday, it would be Kulwant Singh, an IAS officer, placed on a duty of COVID in Punjab. He would be sharing his life experience. His journey, friends, is just worth watching, worth listening. From a very, very average to below average family, he has worked hard and therefore achieved success and became an IAS officer. So thank you everyone for being joining over there, and a special thanks to Dhananjay for being able to take out time for us and help and guide everyone for the success. Thank you very
Uh, I just want to thank Lakshman for creating this platform. You know, you have created such a good platform where students will learn about various opportunity other than UPSC. You are already helping a lot of students in UPSC, but also those students who could not make it or given 4 5 attempts. What are the opportunities? Definitely, these success stories will give them hope and will give them awareness about various opportunities across the world, and they will find those opportunities and will move ahead in the life. So I must say thank you, Lakshman, for starting this initiative.
Thank you. Thank you very much, friends. It was great
Thank you.
evening with you. And let's make this a big success. So the different success stories are being shared by people, and it's an inspiration for the younger population to take a clue out of them and establish their name for themselves in the society and for their parents also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you to all.